Caden's studio was covered in paint and spilled cups of water. He sat at his desk, holding his face in his hands. "Oh, Whiskers, what am I gonna do?" he cried, staring at a blank canvas. Valentine's Day was coming up, and he needed to make a painting for his boyfriend. It had been a tradition ever since they first started dating. But Caden's mind was completely empty, and any previous idea he had wasted on a failed art piece. Caden looked down at all the concept sketches on his desk. They were all good sketches. They failed to perfectly capture his muse. "Hey, Caden! Sorry to barge in like this." Caden's boyfriend, Ornery, hung his jacket on a coat rack. "You've been in here all day. That's not like you." "I've been working on a pretty important project," Caden mumbled. "Honey, you need a break from all this work. How about we go out for subs?" Caden thought about it for a second before letting out a sigh. He knew he needed the break. "Yeah, let's get some subs." And so, the two of them walked to the nearest sandwich place and took their meals home. "A good meal always makes you feel better." Ornery sat on the couch and took a bite of his sandwich. "I'd barely call this a meal, but I get what you mean." Caden sat down next to him. The two ate in silence for a while. Then Caden got a little sleepy. He tried to keep himself awake by watching TV, but it was no use. He fell asleep on his boyfriend's chest, sleeping like a baby. Ornery took off his jacket and wrapped it around Caden. Eventually, he fell asleep too. Caden woke up at 12 a.m. Ornery had drooled all over his head, but he was weirdly okay with it. Caden got up and walked down to his studio, wet hair and all. Caden began sketching in his sketchbook. He made around 5 different ones until he settled on one he liked. Then he began painting and painting for many hours, zoned out in ignoring his surroundings, so much that the sun had halfway risen when he completed the piece. It portrayed Ornery wearing his fluffy sweater, holding a pillow to his chest. It perfectly captured his gentle allure. It perfectly represented the parts of him that only Caden saw. And it was perfect for Valentine's Day.